Hey everybody, this is WHM Brick Bros here with a modification tutorial on how to modify your Boba Fett's Starfighter or Slave One. So first thing we'll be modding today will be getting rid of these stud shooters. And then secondly, we'll be getting rid of this gap that just annoys me so much. So, to get started, we are going to need all of these extra pieces for the entire build. Alright, so you're going to need 2 light gray 1x2s. There's 2 of these sloping pieces that kind of like come out. I'm not really sure what they're called. Put those here. Then you're gonna need 2 1x1 studs in light bluish gray. 2 of these, I don't know, cheese slopes on these 1x2s. I don't know what you call them. 2 of those. 2 of these 2x1 pieces with just studs on top of them. And then you're also going to need 2 1x2 black pieces. And then 2 2x2 black pieces, like those. And then you'll need 2 cheese slopes in light bluish gray, 2 of those. And then you'll need a 1x2 dark gray and a 1x2 flat light gray piece. Alright, so after you gather all those pieces, let's get started. So, to start off, we're going to remove this. I mean, you don't have to do this in pieces, but it just makes it easier if you just remove this windshield piece. And then you should, I don't know if I can do this. Nope. Alright, so you should, but I can't get it to work, be able to just kind of pop the entire thing off. So what I do is I just remove these guys, and I remove this guy right here. Those will all be needed later, along with these 4 pieces that you remove from each side. And then you should pretty easily be able to pop out the entire cockpit piece. There may be some access stuff left behind that honestly doesn't really matter, because all you're going to be modding is this nose piece thing, whatever you want to call it. So first, you can actually just kind of pop out the stud shooters right here on both sides. You will end up with these things, and you're going to actually keep those. So just set those stud shooters aside, destroy them, whatever you want to do with them. And then you're going to take 1 1x2 and then the 1x1 stud and just place it on top like that. And then take your weird slanted thing piece that I don't know what it's called, and stick it right on top of there like that. And then you're just going to stick that right here next to all 3. You're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. I'll show you again. 1x2 stud, 1x1 stud goes on top of it. And then this weird piece that I have no idea what it's called. Alright, so you're going to put that on. So you've got it on both sides. You can just put those pieces you removed back on. And that is all. That's just basically how you remove the... No, that's not right. This needs to be... That's how you remove the stud shooters. So now to get rid of that gap that you'll see over here, you are going to first of all, just remove these. You're actually going to use these later. And actually, I'd take them apart. So just put those to the side, keep those. And then from either side, you're going to pop off this, which attaches here, and you're just going to have that piece that hooks to the cannons. So you have that, but you do want to make sure you're leaving on this 1x3 slanted piece, because that needs to stay there. And you're just going to do that on both sides. Again, same thing. Where's this? Oh, that's from underneath. Sorry, that piece just popped out. So then you got this. So then you're just going to set that aside. Then you're going to be able to take this piece up again. Pop off both the grates and then just stick your 2x2 black pieces and stick them on. So once you have that, you're just going to put it right back where it was. But actually first, you're going to want to remove, this like light green, blue, whatever you want to call it, piece, and set it aside. That will also be used later. Then you're going to just stick these two black 1x2s together and stick it underneath. Then you can then put this piece on, and we're going to go to the next step. So up underneath there is one of these 1x2 like green pieces, and you're going to want to get that out. So I use my brick remover or prier to pry out the gray piece that's up, dark bluish gray piece up that's up and under there, and then I got out my green piece like that. So you're gonna have both these pieces after it's been removed, and you can just actually just pop this piece back up and under there, and this one will actually be used later. So after removing that, you are going to put this piece back on, and it's actually just going to be one set forward, and it will overhang a tiny bit, but it's barely noticeable. And once you add these pieces back on, it'll look fine. So you're actually just going to move every single one up one stud. And this last one, really not what you call it. There we go. Then you'll end up with this piece right here. So you're going to have those blank. So to build the next piece, first of all, actually, we're going to remove both of these slanted pieces from cheese slopes from both sides. And you're going to add these 1x2 with one stud on them. And honestly, you can use a 1x2, just regular piece, but I don't have one at the moment or in my collection right now, so I'm just using these. They work just fine. And you're actually going to put them the opposite way they were on, so they're upside down, so that it is slanting upward. And this will make it so that when we build this next piece, it'll look a lot smoother and cleaner. So for the next piece, you're going to take both of these that you've got and put one of these little light green piece on, and then put your 1x2 flat piece on top of that, and you'll get something like this. And you're just going to stick it on right here where you have that gap. So that fills that in, and that will get rid of that cockpit thing. But again, we moved everything up a stud here. So what we're going to do now is we are going to add in using these pieces that I showed you earlier, the two cheese slopes, and then the piece that we removed, and then this dark gray 1x2. So you're going to notice that on one side you've got this sloping dark gray, or dark green piece, and then on the other side you've got a light bluish gray sloping piece. And, I mean, you can do it on either side, but what I like to do is take this dark gray 1x2 and put it on the light gray side, and then put the green one on the other side. So you're just going to stick it on like that right there. And then you're going to take both your cheese slopes, and you are going to stick those on either side next to your already existing one or cheese, light bluish gray cheese slope. And then you're going to take these pieces that you took off earlier and stick them back on. And you'll notice that they will end up one further because of that piece. And it just kind of sits flush with these grates here. And so that looks a lot better. The one thing you will notice is that these green pieces will kind of be a little flimsy because they're not actually hooking onto anything. But in my opinion, it's fine because it greatly improves this look. And so now you're just going to put everything back from earlier. So you're going to take this piece, and you may have it as it came off in a different way. Doesn't really matter. And you're just going to stick on like so, like that. And you just put your curved pieces back on, and on both sides. Then you put these guys back on. So you're basically just rebuilding it back the same way. No changes to that cockpit design. And then you add in your cockpit piece. And so then you've got this flush, nice look without the stud shooters here. And then you don't have much of a gap. I mean, it kind of comes up a tiny bit, but really there isn't a gap there. And so, in my opinion, it just looks a lot better. You will notice, but this has always been there, that there is this tiny slight gap in there, but it's barely noticeable, so I think that's fine. And then you just got that flushness of the stud shooters, and I just think it overall looks a lot better because that gap was just annoying. So that's it for today on how we improved Boba Fett's Starship. And so thank you for watching, and make sure to if you like this video, leave a like and subscribe to our channel, WHM Brick Bros. See you next time, and thanks for watching.